Hi there, I'm the nature guy and I'm in the rainforest, the jungle in Costa Rica. And this particular place is great for seeing all sorts of stuff, including birds. But I'm not going to show you birds because there's all sorts of other cool stuff. In another episode, we'll talk about some of the birds here. But right where I'm standing on this trail at Bogarin Trail in Costa Rica, right near the volcano called Arnel Volcano. It's an active volcano. Usually it's covered in clouds because we're in a rainforest. But the last couple of days it's been clear and you can see it. And you can see the steam coming off the vents in the very top. It's been really cool. And you can see it right from the trail sometimes where the jungle opens up. But right where I'm standing on this particular trail, I want to show you something down below. I'm going to have to switch cameras here to do that. So at first it kind of looks like just a trail through the woods. But if you see here, there's another trail crossing this trail. See all the little green things moving? Well, that turns out to be leaf cutter ants. There's tons of them. And they've cut little pieces of leaves and they're carrying them from where they got the leaves all the way across the trail and over towards their nest. And what they'll do is they'll go underground and store these leaves. Let's see, follow the trail. Here's the trail, right in down underneath. And they're taking those leaves down underneath into this dark cave, and the decaying leaves will grow all sorts of mold, and that's what the ants eat. So they're harvesting leaves to grow mold, like a mold farm, I guess, down there. And that's what they'll eat even in the dry season when there's not so much to eat. We're back up on the trail, man. It's a busy place. And it's amazing, even though there are people walking back and forth here, that these guys survive it. Let's travel and see where the leaves are they're getting. Well, there's lots of leaves to choose from because in this rainforest jungle, there's all sorts of stuff growing. Just down the trail from where these ants are is a really bizarre flower. It's called a honeycomb cinnamon. So it's a cinnamon plant, but the flower kind of looks like a honeycomb, at least it did to somebody who gave it that name. But there's just some bizarre stuff here in the jungle. It's so cool. So these guys will work day and night, all day in the hot, steamy jungle, and all night it's still warm, but it cools off in the shade. And they'll just keep hauling stuff, constant supply, so they've got a constant supply of mold growing to feed their young ones that are down underneath and to feed themselves. So what's the lesson we can learn? Well, you know, the Bible talks about looking at the ants and learning not to be lazy. They work hard. When they have a project to do, they work on it. And they don't give up. And I think that's a good lesson for us. Well, that's this episode from Costa Rica. There's going to be many more. See you next time. Bye.